Okay, hello, welcome seniors. You know, sometimes we seniors we're always mistaken to be just in a wheelchair or or being carried or helped by somebody to walk. But there's seniors who have the energy of a 30-year-old. And that's what keeps them going. And one of our subjects now is none other than Alex Limjoco Senior. Alex is Alex is the guy who has enjoyed life and still enjoying it, and he will tell us his story. And I'm sure we can relate to some, but let's hear it all from Alex. Okay, Alex. Alex, first tell us what something about you, your family, if you want, and then also your background, your heritage.
Well, I'm the great grandson of my great grandpa and my grandpa and the son of my parents. I have learned to reflect on the lives of my forefathers and I have learned from them. Not only them, but the lives of other people.
Okay.
I am fortunate and blessed to have been exposed to the history of the lives of many people. Uh, and I have always I grew up in San Juan. I was born in a taxi cab in a
Really?
in a
Why?
golden
How?
because the on the way to the hospital na flat ata yung kotse yung Packard ng lolo ko eh.
Oh.
So but my mom was with the doctor and pumutok sa then linipat ako sa golden taxi. Eh, bago dumating ng ospital, nanganak ka
Andun
na,
ka
may
na.
tao na ako. So I was born inside the golden taxi cab. It
Oh,
was just a matter
golden
of
boy
fact.
ka pala. Ah.
Hindi, Dr. Panfilo Lejano was the doctor. He
Okay.
became the provincial director of the Pasig Provincial Hospital and he was the doctor of President Garcia. Well, ganun eh. The hospital was near Malacanang, I think. Eh. I have always tagged along with my grandparents since I was a kid. And I'm blessed and fortunate to have seen a lot of these things. Eh.
Why were you named Alex? After whom?
Well, my brother is Angel, I am Alex, and my sister is Ellen. No, I have to ask my mom why Alexander the Great, Alexander. Maybe she picked it up from di ba, may biblical, ano, siguro yung time when you're born, you follow the Bible, the name of the, ano
Saint.
mo, ang ka-birthday ko si Bong Dasa, si Ed Kelly, yan ang mga ka-birthday ko. Uh, si Lilibet Fernandez. I mean, yung si Carion, si ano,
Tell them
Cecil
to
Carion.
listen to you. Para maano. Well, anyway, Bong is not here anymore. Okay, so
Okay.
how was your childhood in San Juan?
Uh, I went to school in St. John's Academy
Where's that?
In Valenzuela. That was that's an old school where Gloria Macapagal went to school there. Si Erap went to school there. It's in San Juan.
Okay.
And my grandpa owned the ice plant in San Juan. Aside from the San Miguel Corporation ice plant, there were only two ice plants in Metro Manila.
Yes.
And the other ice plant belonged to my grandpa. It was in Riverside, which is now Felix Manalo. And
Uh-huh.
and his house was maybe a hectare with two fish ponds, a little basketball court. We had a big garden, and there's squatters all around. We had squatters hanging in the by the wall. So ako
Okay.
naman, I have to I have to play with my brother and my cousins who are all girls and little boys. So I go outside and play with the squatters. And this is how I learned to appreciate this life. See, and I've always, I bring the squatter inside the house so I can play with them basketball. Alam mo, I play basketball with John Millington, my American cousins. Musikero yan. Yan, funny. Sila, Limjoco Millington yan from, yan ang mga kasama ni Paul McCartney. Yun na ano eh.
Talaga?
Anyway, yeah, tingin mo, funny. Fanny. These are these are the Phil yan eh. Mother is a Limjoco, the father is John Millington, who was the number 2 of the U.S. Navy. U.S. Navy Annapolis graduate. My father's side, they're all educated in America, including my grandpa. My grandpa went to University of Nebraska, and then he went to NYU.
Give us
19
names, please, names.
Angel Limjoco Sr. His name is Angel Trevino Limjoco. But you see, he went to Nebraska. There's a book. Well, I'm fortunate I got copies of books written by Ateneo.
Okay.
So I have given reference to what other people have written. The best friend, the roommate of my dad in San Juan, when they were in college in UP, they were battalion commanders in UP. And this guy who was my dad's roommate, his name is Ferdinand Marcos.
Oh!
So this is the history why the relationship of our family with the Marcos family is like that.
Now I remember the name Angel Limjoco.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we are not political people. We have no politics. My grandpa was an entrepreneur. My dad was an entrepreneur. He was a lawyer, like Ferdinand Marcos. But it just so happened this roommate of my dad became the president of the Philippines. That's why until the president passed away, he was very grateful to my family, to my grandpa and my dad. I was fortunate. I even had dinner with him in Makiki, in Hawaii. One-on-one. I had a one-on-one dinner with President Marcos. And
what did he say to you?
He was reminiscing his childhood. When he used to borrow the car of my dad, he used to borrow, because in San Juan, my lolo kasi was like that, like your lolo also, di ba? Lahat tayo may history. We are only products of history, di ba? Kaso now, I married an Aquino. And then my best friend is Steve Salonga, who is the son of Ubito Salonga. Do you think I will become political? No. I just do my share.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm blessed.
You're surrounded
They're all seniors na rin eh.
Okay, I know. You're surrounded by very heavy names. Pero how did you manage to were you a spoiled brat?
Workaholic. I became a workaholic because I got married. I got married at 19.
Wow!
To my girl.
Ano yan? Tinanan kayo? Tinanan mo siya?
Hindi. Napikot ako eh.
Yabang mo naman.
When I was 15, ang girlfriend ko si Ann Margaret. When I was 15. But Ann is 4 years older than me. So, what do I know at 15 years old? That's why I got kicked out of Ateneo for Playboy magazine. That's why you ask my kick-outs at grade 7.
Sino?
Gabi Paredes, Ed Canilaw,
si Gabi.
the Chombian twins, si Edward and Henry, Kenneth C. I mean, we belong to the Ilustrado kick-out of Ateneo. Grade 7, for
So saan
magazine.
after Ateneo kick out, where were you sent?
Well, I was being accepted in Ateneo High School conditional, but I did not accept. Sabi ko, no more, UP accepted me. I went to
Okay.
UPI. Sa UPI, core class naman kami sa UPI. And UP really, iba talaga pag ano eh. You learn to survival, and the good thing in UP, everybody from all walks of life, classmate mo eh. May
Yes.
senator, may janitor, merong ganyan. Di ba? Wala, no judgment call eh. That's life. And that's why I feel blessed that I learned from the lives of these people. So
Okay.
my appreciation of growing up, I managed to coexist and
Teka muna. So back to being 19 years old. So what happened when you reached 19?
well,
Nagtanan ka na.
I live first. Siyempre, pikot na. I live with. Siyempre, I was still a working student. I was still a student in UP. I I live with my parents muna, and then I live with Tito Tony Aquino in Scout. Then after a
Okay.
little while,
Tony
ano,
is the brother of Ninoy.
yeah, the eldest brother of Ninoy Aquino is Antonio Urquico Aquino, uh, who is the Koyang of the Aquino clan. He comes from the first nuptial eh. Kasi the Aquinos have two mothers eh, di ba? Well, actually meron pa iba yan, pero never mind. The Mamita told me the story eh.
Okay,
Anyway,
go.
so anyway, syempre, so I decide to rent a apartment in the next street sa Scout Madrinian, 200 pesos a month. My salary is only 300. Imagine, the rent is 200.
Eh, mayaman ka naman eh.
Wala nga, ano eh, syempre, pag walang pera, kain sa
Hmm.
nanay. We just eat in Mamita's house, in Tito Tony's house, or I eat in my mom's house, who was in West Triangle. In West Triangle naman. Is across Quezon Boulevard. But you see, you manage eh. God is good eh. Talaga. But this is what the survival. I was married for 12 years with
Okay. I
with,
didn't know it was that long. Okay, that's good.
well, 12, and I've which produced 4 children.
Mm-hmm.
Dondi, Jojo, Tintin, and Trisha.
Okay.
Uh, they all, well, fortunately, I was able to send them to Ateneo, Ika, Woodrow, Southridge, di ba? Moreau in California. But, they're very good, humble children.
That's nice.
But you see, that's why I have lived the life 10 times over, and I'm very grateful. So I have moved this thing. I am materially detached. I have turned over 100% to my children. I don't control anything. I don't own anything. But the business continues with my children. And
Okay,
they're very
later na yung business. I'm still interested. So, okay, after 4 children,
because I became a workaholic. Eh. Hindi,
okay.
syempre, the job of a dad is to provide. Eh. Di ba? We have to provide. From the 200 peso apartment, I moved to a 500 peso apartment kasi 800 na yung sweldo ko eh. So, then I was the neighbor. I live in a compound with 6 houses across beside ABS-CBN, uh, on the side of ABS-CBN. My neighbor was Maria Montelibano,
Mm,
Mary and Boy Montelibano, Lino Broca,
mm.
Lino Broca with Philip Salvador, then si Maya Valdez and
Uh-huh.
Jung Kitli.
Ah,
Eh,
hi.
we were yun, but 6 houses yan eh. Pero the four were around, the other three were behind me. Maria lived across me and Boy, and then Lino and Sierra Lino and Philip were on the across Boy. Then Maya Valdez and June were directly across on our side.
Okay.
But really, at least asensado na. Ano, 500 pesos na upa ko. Diba? Eh, como I was born in a car, I didn't own anything, so I just kept buying cars. So,
Okay. What was your first car?
Volkswagen Beetle 1302.
Okay. Oh, and then what was your pinakamas magarang car?
Anyway, that car that I bought from the anti-carnapping of Krame turned out to be carnap pa pala. Imagine, ha? So, so instead of buying second hand, my mom gave me a Corolla, the smallest Toyota. Kasi I'm a younger boy. So my kuya had the Supra, I had the Corolla, and then my dad had the Crown.
Okay.
Then later, then my lolo owned the bank here. So he had the Land Cruiser and the
What
Renault
bank?
Gordini,
What bank?
Farmers Rural Bank here in Rian. My
Ah,
grandpa owned, my grandpa on the Limjoco side, Angel Limjoco Senior, my grandpa owned, he put up 7 electric and ice plants in the whole Philippines. This is my grandpa who went to Nebraska and NYU and Alexander Hamilton Institute in New York. That's why all the siblings of my dad were all educated abroad.
okay.
University of Chicago, Northwestern, NYU, Juilliard School of Music. Kaya may history yung family ng tatay ko eh.
Did you spend time in Lian?
No, but I
Ah,
always I always come here with my mom, my grandpa and grandma always brought us here. Kasi roots namin to eh. I would visit my grandpa in the electric plant in Nasugbu. Uh, and then he put up the first bank here in Western Batangas. It's called Farmers Rural Bank.
okay.
So, siyempre, I'm just idol ko lolo ko eh. Kaso nga, when he became a widow, he also married his caregiver. He married his
Oh, okay.
caregiver, who was a widow, who was also named Felisa Sevilla. And he even had a daughter with the second wife,
Uh-huh.
Anadet Limoco. So I learned I learned from the lives of my grandparents. Diba, siyempre, nabiyudo, lonely, uh, para hindi lonely, bigyan ng caregiver, nurse, or whatever. Eventually, nag-skipping rope pa lolo ko, kaya medyo macho si lolo eh. Nanganak pa. May other lolo naman, hindi, ano na. He ended up marrying the nurse, pero anyway,
Okay.
that's another story.
All right. More about you. So after you were a workaholic, so what?
Uh, as Mamita, Patricia Aquino, my mother-in-law, told me, I had too much too soon. That's what she always said. Because maybe at 2019, got married. 2021, I became a millionaire.
Wow.
On my own, as an employee. Then I was employed. Uh, I went through the rigors of employment uh, as part of growing up. You know, I used to be a salesman selling encyclopedia. Then I worked with Radio Wealth Finance. And then I worked with Panelac Homes, and my boss was an American, Woody Gaspard. Panelac Homes. That company is a FINMA company. FINMA.
Okay.
Okay. My dad was the founding treasurer of FINMA. My dad is not a politician eh. Kaso, classmate niya si Marcos. So Marcos asked for his help. That's why my dad became the chairman of the SEC and the BOI governor.
Okay.
That's the history of my dad. But my dad is not a politician. Talagang ano, he likes to eat in mamunlok and savory. He likes to watch movies. Ganun lang. Simple. Same with my mother. Hindi social eh.
Okay. So, so
But
how
you know,
did you become a millionaire at age 21? Wow.
well, I work like a dog. See, I work like a dog. I go to see, I fly. This was my sugar days na. You know, I used to be employed by Riverside Textile Mill. Riverside. Okay. My office mate in Riverside was Junior Tanchi, Peter Tanchi,
Yes.
Victoria Tanchi, and Philip Tanchi, the Tanchi kids.
Yes.
Phil- Peter was my office mate. And then my other UP classmate was Romy Neri. You know, he became the Romulo Neri became the high government official. NEDA, he became the head of NEDA. You know, I used to pick him up in Tropical Hut every day because he had no car. Then we'll go to Riverside in Pasig. But look, Steve Salonga, I give you a case. Steve Salonga, siyempre anak ng congressman yan eh. Ang laki-laki ng bahay niya sa South Triangle. Eh,
Oo.
naka-Mercedes-Benz yan. Just like Bucci Reyes. Si Bucci Reyes, remember Bucci? Pinsan mo.
Ah. Oh.
Oh, yun. Isa pa yun, naka-Mercedes-Benz yun eh. Di ba? Yung puti, yung taga, yung mga aristocrat, mga heirs.
Oh, anyway, ikaw, all about
Anyway,
you, all about you. Oh.
well, me, I learned from, I'm very fortunate. I had rich classmates eh. Kaya, kita mo, but one by one, uh, working with Riverside, uh, they made me liaison to BOI. It cannot be. I told them my dad is a governor of BOI. I cannot be used by you. So I quit. Don Ernesto Tachi said, no, don't quit. So he put me in logging, he put me in finance. Then finally he put me in sugar. Sugar. Don't know anything about sugar. So I would be sent to Cebu. I go to Zambales. I go to Tarlac. I go to Leyte just to buy sugar for the company. But I'm fortunate. I was the only Filipino this Chinese company.
Oo
James
nga.
Chua, Chap Chua. They're all billionaires now. Yan si Benji Santos, ex Luisita, uh, Tony Gutierrez, Luisita, Sugar Boys. You know, so I learned the sugar trade upside down. Just being later on, I told my boss, 1975, I worked for them 71 to 75. Sabi ko, boss, mayaman na naman kayo. I also made them rich anyway. I'll go on my own na. So, my boss then, Tan Kim Lo, Don Tan Kim Lo, he's a Chinese. He was part of the textile Victoria manufacturing. So I'm Chinese trained. See,
Okay.
so my Chinese training plus my Dale Carnegie, di ba? Dale Carnegie graduate mo tayo. Okay. How to win friends and influence pedal.
Oh.
Talaga. No, I always have a good time eh. If the first thing I do when I go to Cebu in that bulilit flight 4 o'clock, I go to
Hmm.
massage parlor. I go to massage parlor. Muna.
Wow.
Basta barbershop na lang sa barbershop. Then I will ride the ferry from Cebu to Ormoc. But my mentor, his name is William Yu, Billy Yu. Palaki yan ni ano eh. He's my classmate in UP. Guillermo Yu. He's an orphan who was raised by Felisa Chongbian.
Ah, okay.
Felisa Chongbian. But this kumpare of mine, in UP pa lang, you know how it is to pass UP? Di ba? You have to learn to navigate kung saan ka mag-enroll eh. Di ba? This guy,
Abilidad lang, abilidad.
ay nako, maniwala ka. Ako, nung una, engineering ang course ko eh. Math 1 pa lang, baksak na. Anyway, the adventures of UP really survival.
Teka, fast forward na tayo. O, after your, after 4 children and 12 years of marriage, what happened now?
Well, one day, my wife kept knocking at me to stop na. Kasi Ann is a simple person eh. Sabi niya, stop na. We have enough na. But I told her, we have 100 employees. We have people to feed. I could not hear her. Hindi ko naririnig siya eh. Because I was married to my job. Sanay siya dati. I leave at 8, come home at 5, 6, have dinner. Hindi, sleep na, di ba? Hindi. Now, because I was married to my profession, I have to go out again. Because I have meetings with clients, and then I stay until 10. There's another, I didn't know anything about money. Ito si Boy Ampil, there's this banker who was teaching me how to do banking. And he kept ribbing me na under desire daw ako, ba't ako uuwi na eh. Sabi ko, wala, magagalit asawa ko eh.
So,
One
mga
day,
39 years old ka na nun?
ha?
You were about 39 years old then?
No. I was in my 20s.
Ah, okay. All right.
I was still in my 20s.
Okay. And then?
Anyway, I got rich in my early 20s, and then I got bankrupt also in my early 20s. Because of my adventurism, I decided I was making enough money in sugar, so I wanted to play stock market. I don't know anything about stock market. So, the money I make in sugar, I lose in stock market. Good na lang, I was consistently in sugar, which produced a decent income for me. So, I'm able to bounce back quick. Maybe
Okay.
bankrupt. 1 year bankrupt. Next year, katayo ulit ako eh.
Okay.
My sugar, I am blessed with very good mentors. Very good mentors. One of my good friends who I got associated with was the father of Joe Marie Chan, Don Antonio Chan. He wanted to hire me, but I told him, I'm not available eh. I'm happy in the aquarium. Don't put me in the ocean. Sabi ko. I got exposed to the New York boys, Danny Rosenblum, EDF man, Farman, Leandro Vasquez, this Cuban buyer of sugar of the Philippines, people of Benedicto, RSB, the cronies, the 11 captains of industries of President Marcos. I'm a Jung golfer. I'm a UP golfer also. So I was fairly athletic also growing up. Yeah, I played golf with the Supreme Court Justice. I played golf in Wakwak. I grew up in Wakwak. See, diba, that's where everybody was. Either you're in Manila Golf or you're in Wakwak. Diba? But I'm fortunate. I'm very fortunate. I got to meet all these children of rich people, and then my dad would bring me to play golf with his constituents. Justice Feria, Justice like this, di ba? Cabinet secretaries, yung mga Justice Reyes, di ba? But, live and learn. The doctors, the president of Medical City, the Sarmientos.
O, teka, balik tayo sa kay Alex Limjoco. After, tell me now, your life after...
Well, when my wife left me in '79, she left me. So I was like a headless chicken. I had I was I was cooking the deal of the century. I had to do intensive work for 45 days, and I was telling her, if I hit this, I've been bankrupt before, but I said, if I make this, I don't have to work for life. Kaso, I go home na at 4 o'clock in the morning.
ikaw naman pala eh.
Hindi, pero nakababad ako sa the people that I work with.
Baka yung client mo, ano?
Misconception eh. Hindi, hindi kasali na yan eh. Kasi I go with older people who like choo, di ba? Ako, under desire ako eh, di ba? Kaya, wala, one woman man, one man.
One woman soap.
Hindi, one at a time. But I even considered becoming a Muslim afterwards.
I believe that.
Di ba? That's why even Bongtang ko in Tony Libiste, nakasama ko yan. Romy Halusos, nakasama ko rin yan.
Anyway, Alex pa rin, si Alex pa rin. Ano na
Anyway, after 2 years,
was it an amicable separation? Did you remain friends?
Yeah, well, syempre in the beginning I was bitter. I was bitter, but from hatred to compassion. I barred Anne from entering Borromeo. But she moved to America, and she stayed with Mamita. Because remember, I helped Papa get treated in Stanford Children's Hospital. That was martial law when she got sick. But I had good relationships with Pocoy Chanko, who was the Tao of General Ver, who was signing all the exit permits. So in 48 hours, I got Papa out of the Philippines to go to Stanford Children's Hospital. But eventually, Papa passed away. And Papa died on my birthday.
Oh.
So, very memorable yan eh. Papa was like my daughter. Ano ko yan eh. She was, but that's, God gave me means. God gave me means, and I'm very thankful. Imagine, during the Marcos time, I was accused as the financier of Ninoy Aquino because I am married to an Aquino. During Aquino's time, I am accused as being a Marcos crony. How di Carabao? Well, good na lang. Steve Salonga is my best friend. PCGG, hello. Kaya love na love yung iba na yan, and Francis Lumin kami, Kamuning Boys.
We will also have them in the coming Awesome Singers. But anyway, after your separation, what did you do then?
Maybe 2 years na I went to bars, listened to music, and I had 2 guys who were like my brothers. Paul Reyes, his name is Paul Reyes, yung musikero, yung Mustang, UPI, younger. Then Patrick Deborah. Patrick Deborah, he's the nephew of Jeronimo Velasco. He was, every time I travel, I bring him with me, even abroad. And he was the guy, he was friends with Joey Albert, he was friends with, kaya naging musikero kami eh. Remember, I we put up the radio. I bought the radio station, the franchise of the Salonga franchise, to put up City Light 88.3. I don't know anything about that, but the one we trained Francis Lumen, being the artist in our class. Sabi ko, ikaw na presidente niyan. So, and he did a very good job. City Light became an institution. Diba?
Yep.
Thank you to Francis.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I have good mentors. B-Boy Enriquez, Boy Diaz. I mean, si B-Boy, high school, he's our kuya eh. Even mutya ng Pilipinas, Francis and we ran that beauty contest. I don't know anything about running a beauty contest.
Why? Did you make legal to any of the contestants?
None. But I became friends with an Indonesian girl who was married to a Filipino who had 2 kids, and she helped me understand the Asian uh, hierarchy of Indonesia and Malaysia.
Okay.
Eh,
Anyway, after that, ano ba, gusto na pumasok ka ba sa priesthood o ano? Ano ba ang ginawa mo na
Hindi,
after?
hindi. I did spiritual investments. Eh. So I hung out with the with the archbishop in the pare. They like to drink and sing. Eh. Di ba? They all like to drink and sing. You know what the archbishop and the priest call me? I'm the cardinal daw. I'm the cardinal. Kasi ako, I live the life. Eh. I live the life.
Okay. What do you mean by living the life?
No, I practice it. Eh. Kasi, I was in the helicopter business. I was in the sugar business.
Di
And
ba may yacht ka? You also had a yacht?
I had the yachting business, the yacht chartering business. Full lifestyle eh. Land kami, land CNR. But everything for rent. Everything is, will I go yachting with 5 yachts? I'm all alone. Siyempre, you invite your friends.
Ano
Then I
yung,
go
ano yung,
yachting.
ano yung gender ng mga friends mo? Baka naman puro female.
Siyempre, barkada ko, puro babae. Well, they call me ignorant before because I only drink Johnny Walker. Sila, they like to drink Chateau Margaux, Chateau Lafite, Haute Brion. Ako, Johnny Walker lang. Ignorante daw ako. Sino bumibili ng Chateau Margaux ninyo? Ako. Di ba? Kaya naman, I'm so blessed to have very good friends.
Nancy,
To this day, they are all my friends.
Okay.
Nancy,
Yes.
can we acknowledge lang may maraming nanonood eh. So I'll show the comments.
Okay.
And then
Naku, lagot! Jeffrey
Ay,
Esquivel.
naku. Si Jeff, yan ang muscle man. Guru na.
Patricia Ann Aquino.
Guru na.
Hala! Si Patricia Ann, lagot.
Ay, naku.
Jose Maria Montalibano, lagot ka rin.
Ay, naku.
Ellen Limjoco Dizon. Is this live now? Yes, he's in Matabungkay and he's in the confessional box.
Thank you.
Ria Siba
I'm so
Limjoco,
grateful.
nako.
Ay,
Okay.
naku, Ate Ria. That's my daughter.
Archie Dizon.
Ay, naku, Mr. Denso. Mr. Denso.
Ayan na, Patricia. Pa, shout out naman dyan. O, shout out na. Shout out daw.
Tisha, Gugu, happy birthday. I love you. Yan, sales girl na forever 21 yan. Nagtatrabaho sa McDonald's yan. Papasok yan sa McDonald's, naka-Mercedes, tatago niya yung Mercedes kasi ayaw niya. Ibang klaseng tao yan.
Okay. O, teka. Maraming nagmamahal sa'yo. Meron ka bang ibang mga minahal?
Hindi, of course. Babanam kebalam. Love is everything.
Ano ulit yan? Laban lang?
Babanam kebalam. Love is everything. May guru pa ako, pati guru. I went to India. Pati, ako, we went to India.
Sinong we?
kami, yung mga barkada ko.
Sino yun? Sabi mo, puro barkada mo, puro babae. Ano ka ba?
Hindi, syempre, maniwala, Napa Valley, punta tayo ng Paris, punta tayo ng uh, Champs-Élysées, di ba?
Wow.
Merci s'il vous plaît.
Wow. Oui.
Garçon, merci beaucoup. Naku.
Oh, and then, after that, ito muna. Paano ba yung ligawan nyo nun? Kayo yung mga nasa upper, paano ba kayo magligawan? Can I buy you wine? Or, how?
No, that's dirty old man trick yan.
Ano yung hindi dirty? But hindi kayo dirty old men. Clean old men kayo.
Clean young men.
Okay, fine.
You know one thing I learned from Francis Lumen,
Nako.
Si Francis, tell the truth. You tell the truth. Kasi marami dyan. Alam mo, ako, I'm married but I have problems with my wife. I'm separated pero hindi naman separated. Maraming punchline yan di ba?
Say the truth.
Sabi mo totoo.
Ano yung totoo? Ano yung totoo? Pag meron kang nililigawan ulit.
Hindi. You just make friends. Kaibiganin mo. And then, the Lord will show you Kung the best is kaibigan mo di ba? Then, kung magkakarelasyon kayo, the Lord will show you also paano mangyari. But
so, ano ba talaga? Chicks boy ka ba, Alex? Were you a chicks? Hindi ba ex-playboy ka, di ba?
No, never. Naging from, hen, puro hen nakakarap kasama ko
Oy, hen kami ha?
Hindi kaya nga, lalo na ikaw. Kumakanta na, nagluluto pa. Ito si Boy Logro, singing cooks kay Barrio Fiesta, di ba?
Anyway, sige. So yung mga chicks, story about chicks. Okay. How many? Ilan ang nasa poultry mo?
Wala. One by one yun God gave me relationships God gave me relationships. I have learned, honest, the mother of my children is married.
May nakikinig Kilala mo ba yan?
Ano ba yun?
Kapatid ni Francis, asawa ko.
Bobby?
Oo. Wag mong tuturuan yan, ha? Wag mong tuturuan yan. Mabait yan.
Putya, ikaw nasa Texas ka. Alam mo, pati yan nasa Texas. Alam mo, their mom and dad, I learned also from the mom and dad of Francis. Di ba? From Madam Imelda Marcos to...
Teka muna, iniikutan mo. I said, yung poultry. Who were in your poultry?
No, I don't have a poultry. It's only one by one. Di ba? Siyempre, survival yan survival. Hindi, siyempre.
What do you mean by survival?
Alam nga naman, basta binibigay ni Lord sa akin itong nakakarelasyon ko I don't seek them, but nandyan, nag-iisa ka, nag-iisa ako. Okay ka pala, sabi.
Ay, nako.
God is good. I am full surrendered. No, there are no accidents in life. No accidents in life. The Lord will provide. The Lord will always provide.
Okay, are you into a serious relationship now?
No, with the Lord. With the Lord.
Okay, that's fine.
With the Lord. So I'm asking the Lord.
Ayan, may nagsabi. Shout out naman dyan, Tito Alex. Michael.
Si Michael. Yan, he's from Liane. He's may bagong relationship yan. I mean,
Hala.
Michael, ikaw.
Patricia, Dad, don't beat around the bush. Answer the question. Okay.
What do you want to know, Patricia? You know everything. You see, that's why I'm blessed that I can share with my children the truth. Most of us grow up with impressions. Impressions. I am lucky. I'm still alive. My memory is sharp, and I can share with them the truth. See?
Okay.
That's why even Anne and her husband Lingoy, we are friends. And Anne is the mother of my children. That's why happy mother, happy children. So we make sure that Anne is happy, di ba? And with Dondi and Jojo and Tintin and Tricia, especially that Patricia, my naughty cool. She's naughty but
Go,
cool.
Patricia. I'll try to get the answer from him. Okay. Mga who is now your ito pa. Angelo Roses. I love you, Daddy-o. Oh my God.
Angelo is my. I only met him here, and he asked me to adopt him. See,
Okay.
I mean, he comes from the Roses clan. Just like you, Reyes Roses clan yan eh. You know, his dad was the first barangay captain here, but they used to own Ideal Theater. His
Okay.
dad, yan ang ano eh. This is the Roses brothers eh.
Oo. Yeah.
That is separate from the Don Ramon Roses.
Oo.
Iba yan eh. Si Marquitos
Teka.
Roses. Yan.
Okay na yon. Paano ka manligaw?
Hindi ako marunong maligaw. You know, I just make friends and you know, I hang out with uh, kaso, siyempre, gusto ko medyo bata na kasi lolo na ako, lola pa sasamahan ko. Hindi, biro lang yun.
Ano yung medyo bata? 20?
Eh,
30?
walang age bracket yan.
Sobra ka naman kung 20.
Basta,
Dapat older than Patricia.
hindi, as the Lord leadeth. You know, I don't look eh. But if the Lord will provide, use me.
Why, you want to get married again?
Well, if that's what the Lord wants, hindi, if that's what the Lord will lead me to. Di
How
ba?
old are you na ba?
Dati 50, pero ngayon 73 na eh. From 19 years old to 73. I have learned so much from mentors.
Okay, Patricia, listen. How many girlfriends did you have? Or relationships?
Well, that was my mental exercise before eh. I tried to write it down eh. Kasi, siyempre, ako, my first girlfriend was Anne at 19. Wala naman ako naging relationship eh. I don't know anything. I only Playboy magazine lang ang binabasa ko. Nakikout pa ako sa Ateneo because of Playboy
Kaya ka
magazine.
naging playboy.
Hindi. Then lumabas yung Hustler. Mas
Grabe. Grabe. Anyway,
I
yan
used to
pa,
buy-
Patricia. Apat daw.
Ay nako, Tricia. I love you, Gugu. You, Patricia.
Ayan, sinabi na apat.
Well, ko, basta you be my scorekeeper. Yeah, talaga. You know, I've had meaningful friends and meaningful relationships as provided by the Lord. I never saw these people, but you know, I'm very fortunate. My mother is 96, and my mother is 96 years old, and to this day, she keeps sermonizing me to stop drinking and smoking. See?
Okay, teka muna. Ito na naman si Patricia. Si Supermodel. Si Barkada. Si Fish. Si Ma'am. Wow.
Ikaw,
May
Tricia.
mga code pa. Just
Siyempre.
friends.
Amen.
Anyway,
Friends with
friends
ayan.
with benefits.
Oh, yeah.
Friends with
Ganun lang yan.
benefits, you know what that means, right?
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh, friends with benefits. Ganun lang yun.
Ano yan?
Yes,
Yung
yes.
parang,
Hindi. Friends with benefits. Walang personalan yan eh. Basta love. Sabi, love. Babanam kay balam. I love you. We're not bad people. Believe me. And,
Okay.
you know,
you know what? I am so entertained, but we only have how many minutes left in this and ang dami-dami. Ito na, si Michael. Sharing is caring. Thanks for this. Nakakamiss makipagkwentuhan kay Tito Alex. Hope to visit you soon in Matabungkal. Okay, people don't know that you are now in Matabungkal. What is your life like there?
every day is a new day. When
That's
I
nice.
wake up, the, every day, end of the day, and then I wake up, it's a new day. Then I ask the Lord, what will I do today? I have no routine. My four kids are in charge of everything. Uh, I don't own anything. I don't hold money. I don't. But if I need money, I will just ask for McDonald's money or cigarette money. Yun lang. They will not give me alcohol money. So, but many people give me alcohol. And now I stop drinking pa. Now I drink sa labat. Nalalasing
Good.
din ako sa labat.
Good.
I swim every day. I swim 3 times a day. I open the door. Parang sa Suwal, even in Suwal. I went to Suwal. I was in Suwal for 3 months. Uh, and I ikot ko buong look up, the whole Labrador. Ay, nako. God, I mentored Tony and Mamita trained me well too. I
Okay.
take full I take full reflection in Don Antonio Aquino's life and Mamita's life.
That's
Then
good.
and thank you, Dada. Really, I have many prayer warriors. You know, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, grabe. I learned so much from their lives. Even President Marcos, when I went to Hawaii, by accident lang. Imagine he invited me for dinner one-on-one, and we
Yeah,
only talked.
you told us that already.
There,
Okay,
anyway.
now yeah, so do you have friends there? May special
Yeah,
friend
yeah.
ka ba dyan? May
No,
kasi dyan sabi ni Patricia, barkada.
I
You
have
know?
barcadas here.
Okay.
They're called La Single. La Single. La Singerang Single. They from meron kami Kyle 29 years old, di ba? Oh. Ito Miss Earth or Miss Beauty Queen pa to eh. Si Kai
Talaga?
Vega.
Can we
Yan
see her?
tapos
Is she there? Is she there?
Kai, come here.
Hi, Kai.
Hi.
Hello. Hi,
Hello.
Kai. Yeah.
German. This is the
German.
girlfriend. Mangyan. Ito girlfriend ni Angelo. Girlfriend ni Angelo.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Taga Puerto Galera. They all Puerto
Okay.
Galera. Ay, nako,
Thank
beach bum.
you.
Thank you for having Dad on your show.
Sharing
Yeah.
lang.
He's fun. He's a lot of fun.
Sabi ko, learn from my life as I have learned from the life of others. Di ba?
Okay.
One thing we have to have uh, consciousness of is the fact that everything belongs to the Lord.
Okay.
We enter empty. We enter without anything, and we will leave empty. Kaya rock and roll, di ba? Let the Lord lead you. Kaya when minsan kasi people with money and power start to think they're God. And sumakit lang tiyan mo. Hindi pala ako God. Dati, I mean, there are rags to riches stories of people. Kaso, minsan, when they get to the riches, they start to think they're God, which they're not. Diba?
Do you still have a bucket list? You've been to
So,
so much. You've done so many things.
ano,
Oh, ayan. Oh, ayan. Grabe.
wala,
Wow, wow.
yan eh. Photo op lang yan eh. I do pa rally. Mabangga lang ako dyan. Makotse na lang ako. I've raced from Hong Kong to Beijing. I've raced in Malaysia. I've raced from Paris to Mindanao.
Sino yan?
I fish. Ako, just in Palawan.
That's you?
Yeah, I scuba dive. I've gone underwater
Wow.
the whole Philippines.
Okay.
I,
Meron pa. So,
I
some more.
spearfish in Bataha, in Baster, not spearfish, bawal yun eh.
Oh, are
These are,
those your kids?
that's Patricia in front and my doctora in the back. That's
Nako, yung
10
si
kids.
Patricia mukhang pilya.
Ay, hindi. Talaga, naughty cool nga yan eh.
Okay.
Yan ang that's in Alabang.
Okay, next photo. Meron pa, Anton?
Yeah,
are those your helicopters?
Yeah, that's Dondi. That's
Okay.
in Angat Dam. You know,
Ah,
Dondi supplies the helicopter that is helping fix the water system of Metro Manila. The water
mm,
emanates from Angat down to La Mesa Dam into Metro Manila. That's why,
okay.
and this is with Dondi has outdone me in the helicopter business.
All right. Here's another photo coming up. Who
That's
are
my
these guys? Oh, your family.
this is my great grandpa in the middle,
Okay.
Francisco Lejano
Uh-huh.
Senior. He's the middle, Capitan Isco. And
Okay.
to his left is my grandma Felisa.
All
The
right.
one on the extreme right is my grandpa Angel Trevino Limoco.
Okay. All
These are
right. Wow.
and this
How?
is the siblings.
Uh-huh.
Yung isa dyan, yung sa burger machine, si Fe Rodriguez.
Mm.
Si Fe is my auntie. Ang nanay niyan si Anastasia. But they all grew up in the sugar mill in Don Pedro because the dad was the engineer of the Don Pedro sugar mill.
Okay. Any
Yeah,
any more ayan pa, meron pa. Ayun, sino to?
I think that's Jared. Ano, may apo. There's a baby boy. So
Okay.
maybe
Any
that's
more photos? Wala na. Anyway, okay. You know, we're almost at the end. We have 3 minutes, Alex. It's really been very entertaining and thank you very much for sharing. Kahit hindi ka nagbigay ng mga names, barkada si Patricia pa
they,
nagbibigay.
they
Si
know.
Jacob daw yon yung dala-dala mong baby, si
Si
Jacob daw.
Jacob. Jacob
Anyway,
Enzo. That's
yeah.
anak ni Jojo.
So I asked you kanina, what's your bucket list? And also in a few words, give a statement that you would like to be remembered in this interview.
Well, live and learn. And I'm very thankful and grateful with technology. I am able to share the truth with my children, not from perception. You know, not like before. I grew up with perceptions only of my grandparents, my parents, but with technology now, I'm able to say it from my mouth so my children will know.
Okay.
I've been writing a book before 25 years ago. Kaso I get distracted eh. I need focus. You know, I have tons of pictures. I have
Well, you know
pictures to
what,
show.
Alex? With all the names you mentioned here in this interview, you just record this and meron ang dami mo nang na-mention. But can we go into your message or, you said live and learn. Pero what about you? You have a bucket list pa rin? Meron ka pa ba?
No, just
Nagawa mo na lahat eh.
kaya nga for the Lord to use me.
Or,
I wake up in the
okay.
morning, just Lord use me. You know, whether you're the president or you're Donald Trump man or you go to New York Stock Exchange, global, even globally, you learn from Putin. You go to Russia, it's the same principle. Tao lang tayo lahat eh. We're all human beings, di ba? But eh, we go to France, we go to Slovakia, whatever. Back to basic. Sa akin,
Okay.
back to basic. Simplify. Humility, simplicity. Yun ang
Alright.
humility and simplicity. You know, at the end of the journey, we are all going the same place. Eh. Di ba?
Yes.
Smile and be happy. Be
Okay.
kind. Di ba? Just be
Alright.
kind. And I love you, Nancy Reyes Lumen, and I'm learning how to cook your adobo
Good.
again.
Good. Okay.
With
Shout
gata,
out
with
to all
gata.
your loved ones now. I'm giving you 1 minute. Shout out to all your loved ones. Thank you for having that. Yes, he
Ano,
was really a top choice here.
my I am honored and privileged that I'm able to share with all my loved ones, my family, extended family, globally. You know, I have been blessed to learn from my relationships, but I take guidance from the Lord. Ganun lang kasimple yan eh.
Okay.
We're not bad people.
Okay.
Uh,
No, you're not. You're a very
Lord,
pleasant person.
Lord, use me. Sabi ko, Lord, use me.
Sige.
Gamitin lang ako. The Lord will, the Lord will always show me the way. And
Okay.
Patricia, I love you, Tricia. And Tintin, my daughters, you better guide that. And my apo, Anya, my Dondi's daughter studies in Sydney. My eldest granddaughter, she's 22 years old. Anya.
You know,
Uh,
Alex, with the way you are, you will live until 120 years old.
wala na akong classmate.
Wala na. Wala na.
Wala na. Hindi bali, kaya puro bata barkada ko eh. I
Yeah.
hang out with young people because we can learn a lot from the young people.
Okay.
Di ba?
On behalf of Awesome Seniors, we want to thank you very much. You have entertained us. You have given us so many names. You have dropped the name of Ferdinand Marcos, which I didn't believe. I couldn't believe that your dad was the roommate, and all this ang kwento mo walang non-stop na very interesting. And the most important thing is you showed us who you are, and you're so natural, and you said the truth. And I think everybody should be like that. Seniors listen to Alex and share, and you can compare or you relate to his life. Thank
No,
you,
no.
Alex.
No, Escolin. Don't forget Escolin. Escolin is one of my mentors.
Sino
His
yun?
name is Norberto Escolin, the cousin of
Shout out mo na.
Melvin.
Hello, habang nag-e-end tayo. Shout out to Patricia, sa to mga anak mo, to your
Christian, love you.
friends.
Tintin. My babies. My
Okay.
jewels. Ah,
Okay. Wala kang isa-shout out na
big
special?
lang. Big
Wala
lang.
special name? Kahit
I know.
code. Kahit
They know.
code.
They know. They know.
Okay. Okay, Alex. Thank you very much.
Love you all.
Love
Forever
you
love you.
too.
I will
Bye.
forever love you all. Au
Okay.
revoir. Bonsoir. Au revoir. Bonsoir.